How's it going, guys? We're back in the world of the first Descendant, and today I have a pretty interesting XP farm that I stumbled across recently. I've been looking for maybe a little bit more of a user-friendly XP farm that could be, a little bit more easier for most players to get access to. This is one of those dual XP farm locations, but unlike the previous ones where you have Viessa, this one actually takes advantage of Bunny. Now, I know not everyone's happy about using Bunny, but everyone has access to Bunny, therefore making it a little bit more accessible to players. When I did it earlier today, it took me about 15, maybe 17 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes, somewhere around that, to pretty much level a character from 0 all the way to level 40. You will need to have 2 Descendant types. You'll need 1 non-attribute Descendant to pretty much activate it, and that's pretty much like half of the Descendants in the game. And then ideally you want someone who has really good AoE or can cover 2 spots and deal good damage. This is where Bunny, for example, come in, or even a pretty strong Blair could in theory do this. Keep in mind, I tested with Bunny, but considering how it's set up, I think a Blair could actually find a good spot for this. Anyways, don't want to waste any more time. Let's dive right on in where you need to go. And the first place we're going to be going to is White Knight Gulch, and then down to the south you're going to be going to the Moongrave Bastion. Make sure you are in private and it's just you and the people that you want to actually bring in with you. You can do this with more than 2 people, but the third person may have a little bit of a harder time getting the full-fledged amount of XP from it. But either way, you're going to come here and then you're going to have one person leave the party and they're going to go to the Forgotten Comms device mission and activate it. Once that's done, they're going to make their way back to the Void Fragment here, because that's where you guys are going to be, and you're going to have your non-attribute person activate the Void Fragment. And as you could probably see on screen now, you're just going to wait until they kill. Now, the difference between this spot and the previous spot is, well, there's more to kill here, and they spawn in a very interesting pattern. Pretty much 2 groups of enemies are going to spawn in like this one area where Bunny, for example, could just jump up and down and kill everything in the area. I know in the intro I mentioned that Blair could do this in theory. I don't know his damage numbers, but if he can cover those 2 areas and keep them burning for a long time and dealing good damage, then in theory he could actually do this. But as you can see here, the Bunny is just jumping up and down and clearing the area. I'll have it on screen now, the build that the Bunny was using in this preview. I don't think you need to actually go this extreme in terms of like upgrades and stuff. You do need to have range and you need to have damage, but this was what the Bunny was using for this specific location. And if you're the one activating it, all you need to do is just activate it. Once it hits about 63 out of 66, you just abort the mission and you just start it again and you keep it going. And when I did this, it took me less than like 17 minutes to level up Valby all the way up to max. The only thing I would recommend is just making sure you have some components for it. I have something like this for my farming setup, character XP, which is really good. And then getting firearm proficiency game modifier like you see here is going to be pretty good for you too, because you can level up your weapons. I think in that 15 to 17 minute run I did, it got my weapon to almost 30 and it got my Descendant to 40 in about that time. So but anyway, this is the location that I go to farm. I think it's a really solid location. Let me know down in the comments what your experience has been, or if you even find a better location than this one. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Very quick video. I'll see you in the next video very soon.